What's going on, guys? This is Burrs. I have a video here for you today talking about what's in my backpack. I've had a ton of people ask me what's in my backpack, so thought I'd tell you what's in my backpack. What backpack I run, I mean, I have multiple ones, but the one I'm using now is this Baltoro 65 by Gregory. You've seen it in numerous videos. Like it a lot. It really does what I want it to do, and it's comfortable. It is durable. When you're looking for a backpack, you want something durable. But I like stuff to have on the side pockets, right? So I like that pockets on the side. I bumped the camera because that's how a professional does it. I should probably move this before I get hurt. This is the, I actually just oiled this. This is the Three River Knives Huntsman. Oops, Huntsman. And I just had to oil it because it's carbon. Alright, so, what do I like in a backpack? I like these side pockets, right? Side pockets, front pocket, tons of pockets, right? And that's why I like in this pack. I put the sleeping bag in the bottom, and there's my mirror. Haven't had to use that yet. So let's get down to business. I got a pack off eBay really cheap. I am now moving towards, moving stuff around on my packs. So I took a bunch of stuff and I threw it on the table here. I thought I'd go through it because I have a lot of questions on what is in my backpack and what I like to use. So let's get down to it. We got here is a hammock roo. I like the hammock. I like the hammock camp, right? It's lightweight, it's super lightweight compared to if you're going to use a tent. You use a lot less room. Like here's the tent that I use. It's a two-person tent, and here's the hammock. Okay, you can see the difference, obviously. But for my long-term bag, I'll have that pack in there, or that tent. But just for me, I can hammock camp. Tarp, hammock, bug net if I need it, and I'm good to go. There's trees everywhere when you go in the wild, so why not hammock camp? What we got over here is a little farina, just a little breakfast, put it in a Nalgene container here, lasts a long time. I put sugar in there too, shake it up, and it's a nice little starter to the day. What I have here is the waterless wash from Outgo Magnet. Good stuff. It really it washes you up really well. It's waterless wash, so you don't have to worry about having water and doing that whole deal. And they make smaller bottles, which I should probably get, but and then all the caps I have with the little flip tops, I always put a piece of tape over them just so they don't start splashing around. And I have a bunch of meals here, right? So let's go over these and the ones I like. I really like this one a ton. This is Natural High 3-cheese chicken pasta. Some other ones here. I haven't had this one yet. Honey mustard chicken. Now there's some other ones I just got. Never ate them before. They're made by Packet Gourmet. Right here's chicken and dumplings. I heard that one's really good. Then I got some smaller ones for happy hour queso rico. There's a chicken and dumpling again. These are pretty much the same price as a Mountain House, but they're like organic and real. Creamy Italian polenta. So I got some of these I'm going to try next time I get out there. I think having, I think two things you should definitely duplicate or have redundancy built in. Containers is one. This is one container I carry. The other one I carry is definitely like some kind of a metal one, so I'll have one of each. I see a lot of people that are trying to lightweight hike. They do the water bottle thing, like just a straight up water bottle, which, like this. And they'll take big ones of these to save weight. I might do that if I'm going really long, but as long as I have these two, I'm usually pretty good. Because what I'll also do is take one of these Nalgene canteen containers, and it folds up super small. You have a little bit of protrusion there, but it folds up small, and then if I need to, tank up, I got 96 gallons here that I can tank up with. And, it weighs basically nothing. It just weighs what the cap weighs, because this doesn't weigh much. So I take that if I need to tank up with anything. Or, I'll just leave this at home, and I'll take this to tank up with the water. I'll take this to boil the water if, need be. So then we get down into some more stuff. I like to take some Spam singles. They're super simple. They last forever. And, not the greatest meal, but it's definitely a quick hitter. You're having, one serving per, 250 calories. You get some sodium in there, get everything you need. Just gotta watch how much sodium you drink. You don't want to blow up like a balloon out there. I take some gloves. These are my favorite gloves. These are my favorite outdoor gloves. These are, I don't know exactly which ones they are. The Mechanics, they're padded palm. I found them one time, tried them, I really liked them, and they've lasted a pretty long time, and they really work for me very well. So if you ever see this type, I forget what kind it's called, but you know, padded palm, just very very good. Definitely take a cup with. It depends on what I'm doing. You know, I've moved on to like a lightweight thing with an alcohol stove. This is a MiniBullDesign MiniAtomic, and then I have a Foster's pot here. Get this out here. Got a Foster's pot here that I've been using. I'm trying to get used to. I have my windscreen in there, and this is like a little cozy. I saw this on Shug Emery's site. His little YouTube channel over there, SHUGEMERY, and you know, I've been trying this and I really like it. Gets the job done, and I always say that. So you know, I put that in there, and you know, we're good to go. Then I got the medical thing. These are 2 medical kits here. This is a bigger one for a little bit longer journey. This is a shorter one, obviously, for a little bit shorter journey. Nicks, cuts, bleeding, you know, just the basic kind of stuff. You know, this is definitely going to be on, you know, a longer trip. You know, it has ace bandage, a snake bite kit, peroxide, tegaderm stuff, band-aids, all kinds of stuff in here. I think I have a splint, like a little finger splint. And this one's just a little bit, you know, scaled down. Gonna get the job done on a shorter trip. Got some Advil in there, of course, and that's what I got for, you know, differences in medical kits. As far as the stoves go, you know, I have a bunch of stoves that I could use. Some are newer that I'm testing out. These 2 here are newer, I'm testing out. I'm really liking this one though. This is a FireFly, and it's a little bit smaller, but you know, it just packs right up into this little small thing. It weighs like 2 ounces, and it's a wood burning stove. And you know, there you go. That's the guy you want to get it from. I think it's called Chi Whiz, which is freaking awesome because it's weird. At least I think it is. That's why I like it. The other stove here that I've used extensively is this FireBox, which I really got to do a review on. But you know, I really like this one a ton. This one, it's heavy. You know, I think this is 2 pounds, but it's a tank. You know, you're gonna take it out there. You're gonna make a huge, you know, nice fire get going inside of there. You got lots of room to move the twigs around, and sticks, and it burns for a long time because it's because of the size of the FireBox. Made in the USA as well. A solo stove here that I'm testing out. It's basically a knockoff of the Bush Buddy, but you know, I guess they're not going to tell anyone that. But yeah, I'll review it for them though. Let me get down into some of the other stuff here. It's all strewn out here, but let's try to organize through it here. I have a little pot here that has, because I carry the pocket rocket with me on some trips, you know, as a, you know, nice little, actually I used this when I was at the Second Amendment shoot. I love it. It's my favorite stove. It has never let me down. It's so easy, and it's pretty cheap at around 30 bucks. And it's light. But you gotta have fuel to go with it, so you know, either I'm taking something like this, or I'm gonna take something like this. You know, a little bit smaller trip, a little bit less weight, a little bit smaller. Let's see here. Depends on what I'm doing. I like to use these a lot better because of the stability. You use these, and then you know, you put something on top, and it's kind of not stable. But you know, if I use this, then I can throw it inside of this little pot here, this Optimus pot that I have, you know, with other stuff, and then just have it as a little package. This Optimus pot, this is the Terra Pot, and I really like this. I've used this for a long time. And then you got the compass. You're always going to need some kind of a compass, so make sure you take one of those. You got the butt wipes. I prefer the pull-ups flushable moist wipes, especially with the car's design on them. Basically whatever on sale. I got a little radio for, you know, whatever reason. If I get bored or if I need to check the weather or something, that's when it's out there, if I can get a signal. Here's one of my fire kits. This is actually a audio headphone type container. But I have this stuff here, which I actually used over the weekend. It worked really well. It's called Burner Firestarter. You can find them on Amazon, pretty cheap, and you get like I think 150, 200, 500 of these little things in a thing for like 20 bucks. Trioxane and a lighter. This is an adjustable one. You always want to get the adjustable ones because if you want to adjust that flame out. If you got an opportunity to make fire, you want to make it with the biggest flame available. You don't want to have no dinky flame. So, you know, that's why I have that. Warbonnet. Here's a little sticker. Warbonnet Outdoors. Good stuff for hammocking. Then I got some carabiners here. This is just a regular old 24 kilonewton type here. These are the ones that came off of my Kamek that I was talking about in a previous video. When you go out there, you know, you want to make sure that you have some sort of a thermal device. This is the Thermo Light Bivy Sack by Venture Medical Kits. I love it. You know, if you need to get warm or keep someone, you know, that's in shock or something like that, definitely want to have some sort of thermal device. So I take this out with me pretty much every trip because, you know, it's light and it really gets you warm really quick, and that's what you need. Here's some more stuff, some more Mountain House, teriyaki rice, yada yada yada. There's a stand. Look at this, I got stuff everywhere. There's a stand for the alcohol stove. Now, one thing I do like, this is my favorite thing in the world. I like the MSR ones, right? I like the MSR. These are Brunton, but I like the MSR utensils. Pretty much the best. But the best thing I like, especially if you're going out there and you're eating the Mountain House meals and such, is this Stoic titanium, really long spoon. And it's cheap. Like, I can find this on backcountry.com most times for like $4 or something like that. And super light, and you don't gotta get, you know, it's super long compared to most of them out there. You know, each camping trip is just a little bit different than the previous one. And you have to kind of look at your gear and be like, you know, do I really want to be hiking in, you know, this versus this? Super lightweight, possibly not as durable, but definitely more lightweight than this. You know, if I'm going in, do I want to, you know, take my axe or do I not? Okay, these are questions you got to ask yourself. Only you know for yourself what's going to work for you. Compared to what's going to work for me. Stuff might work for me, but I don't mind carrying, you know, a lot of weight compared to some people. Some people just want to take in, you know, super duper duper lightweight stuff, which is cool. But you know, I like to live in comfort to a degree, and I don't like to have super heavyweight stuff. So I kind of, you know, I kind of fit in the middle when it comes to poundages of how much, you know, my packs weigh. But you know, only you know it's going to work. So if you go and you say, okay, well, am I going to use an MSR, you know, isobutane stove, or am I going to use a wood burning stove? You know, you got to ask yourself the question of what can you do, what can you carry, and you know, what capabilities do you want? Do you want the capability to use wood, which I do all the time? So I take even some sort of, you know, even this tiny one, I take some sort of a fire related stove. So if I'm going to take that, you know, then this is an extra. This is a happy, okay? That's why I call it happy. This is something that's gonna, you know, be quick and easy compared to, you know, taking a stove. But I always want to take a fire stove with me, with wood fire. So I mean, that's me personally. But like I said, for you, you're gonna have to realize what works for you, and trial and error is basically the only way to go through that. 550 cord, always take a little hank of that, depending on, you know, whatever color. I don't really care. Firestarter, this is another Firestarter. This is called Fire Lighters. Testing this out. So far, so good. Gotta take some Gorilla Tape. I just wrap it around some sort of a card and take that with. Batteries for lights, like this one here. This is a Orbit by Black Lantern. I've done a review on this in the past. One of my first reviews ever. Really like this light. Now, here's another Firestarter kit here. Like I said, I've been going through stuff, so not everything's in here. But you know, this is waterproof, so whatever goes in here, you know, put some tinder in there, good to go. Then we get down in here, here's some Esbit Firestarter, little salt and pepper shaker, MSR, matches I gotta put in there, Esbit stove, here's a MSR little cup, not a huge fan of it though. Light, expensive as all get out, and it's not even American made. Crap. Now, I'm not a coffee person, my stomach doesn't really handle that very well, so what I take is hot chocolate. I do like to drink something in the morning to get going, and hot chocolate does it for me. These Land O'Lakes are the best. You know, you look at some out there and they want you to use milk. These are just straight up water and they taste awesome, so I like these a lot. Here's a pair of wool socks. These are the Icelandic socks. I'm not going to probably be using these right now. It's starting to get warmer out, so that's why I had them out here. Take them out. And here's another cup, Snow Peak. Really like this one. This is my go-to one, pretty much, 600. There's another windscreen. I got some S-Biners. When we get into talking about cutting tools, this right here is your go-to. This has to be your go-to. Right? Baco Laplander. Baco Laplander, whatever you call it. Did a review on this a while ago. I love this thing. This thing cuts like no one's business, and it's pretty light to be, to boot. It's not super heavy. The other thing I have here is just a regular old Stanley sharp tooth. Been with me forever. You can see it's definitely, taken care of to a degree. A little bit of problems going on, but I frog lube it when I can. When you're out in the woods, sometimes you got a couple days till you can get to it with with some oil and such. But this is definitely a long trip go-to for me. Light, very light. Then I have my axes, my go-to axe right here. This is my backpacking axe, goes everywhere with me. This is the large hunting axe by Wetterlings. I love it. This is basically like my, I guess you call it kind of like my blankie to a degree. Love it a lot. Definitely gets the job done for me, and that's why I go to it. Yeah, there's some other stuff in here. You got this, null attack patch. I don't know what the hell that's doing there. You got a little, loose and tighten thing for a aim point. That's on my table. Here's some Fire Clean, advanced gun oil. And then when it comes to clothing and such, I always put those in some sort of a bag. This is a USMC Dry Sack bag, and found this on eBay really cheap. What do you expect? It's gonna keep stuff dry. Oh, there's another pair of wool socks I gotta take out for the moment because it's getting warmer out. But yeah, so put stuff in there, tie it, zip it down, and good to go. You also make ones like this so you can get there just made by like Sea to Summit and other ones out there on the market. Then also part of the clothing thing will be having a good hat. I like this military surplus hat. This is a Canadian military surplus, 100% wool. I have US military surplus wool hats as well. Really like them a lot. They really keep the warmth in. I like wool hats a lot. So that's some stuff that's on my table there that I was going over, and people ask me all the time what kind of stuff I run. I run, pretty much that kind of stuff, and Purell. It's always good to have out in the wild. You never know what's on your hands. That's pretty much the stuff I run. And I mean, there's other stuff, but this is the stuff that was on my table. And people ask me all the time what is the stuff that I run in my backpack, because they'll see me out there in videos and I have my pack and I'm doing this, that, and the other thing. And yeah, so that's some stuff that I use, and the majority of it I trust. There's nothing on this table that I don't trust with my life. That's not going to get the job done, like I say all the time. Because before I buy stuff, I look and research it because I don't want to buy something that's not going to work. So the majority of the stuff that you see me use, I've already researched it and know that it's a good thing. Case in point is these. These are MSR Groundhog Stakes. These are pretty much the best steaks you can get on the market. And I trust these with my life. Not that they're going to save your life, but I trust them with my life. And why is that? It was a great example this weekend because I went to the Second Amendment gun shoot, and I had a few of those that I was using with this new tent I had. I had a brand new tent. Used the tent stakes that came with it. It's a Marmot, and Marmot makes great stuff. But these tent stakes that came with this tent, not the greatest. And I use this. I use these for years now, and these didn't move. I mean, it was windy out. These did not move from the ground. The ones with the Marmot, those were, they were like 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch up out of the ground by the time I took the tarp. By the time I took the tent down, these didn't budge at all. And they don't. I mean, if you've used these, these are definitely, one of the better ones in the market. So buy quality stuff to begin with. You're not going to be let down. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So if you okay, I need to get an axe. Or, oh, you know what, I need to get a cup. Well, let me take a look at what cup's gonna, do the job and, be a good price, but it's gonna be good and last me a long time. Okay, I looked up a bunch of reviews. The Snow Peak, people say it's really good, and it's relatively priced well, and it's gonna last a long time. Boom, I'm gonna buy that. Yeah, you can buy this MSR and it's gonna get the job done, but it's freaking expensive and super small. Look up what you're going to buy before you buy it, do a little research, and you should get through with no problems whatsoever. And hopefully, if you guys have had questions, I've answered them to the best of my ability. A lot of people ask me questions on stuff, particularly outdoors and gun stuff, and I try to do my best to get you guys the best answers and my experience. And I know a couple people have told me that they're looking for stuff, and I try to help them out the best I can. So that's that. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and let me know. If you guys have your stuff and you got your go-to stuff, go ahead and put it in the comments or video response with what you use. And until next time, later.